Hey guys, welcome back to Media Talks TV with your host Tony J. And we're going to start off with the segment of retrospectives. In this episode, we're going to jump into some public service announcements. And I thought, maybe take a break from some of the current stuff that I've been doing and, you know, maybe have a little discussion about, some public service announcements that I came across. As a media analyst, I like to take a look at things from the past and how they connect to today's standards. And a handful of these PSAs that I'm about to show you, um, they're kind of like 1968, early 1975, or 71. So, I found these clips on YouTube and I found them to be particularly interesting. And I'm gonna give my thoughts on it when we come back. And I just want you to check out some of these clips. Leave a comment in the description, leave a comment in the box, hit the like, share, you know, let's have a discussion, you know, because public service announcements, I always like looking at public service announcements, but these ones I kind of really stumbled across them, and I really enjoyed the one particular one I'm going to show you, and you know, we'll jump right back into it and take a look at these PSAs, and I'll be right back.
What does the black man want anyway? He wants what you want. You want a crack at a better job. So does he. You want to live in the best house you can afford. So does he. You want a good education for your kids. So does he. You want to be treated with respect. So does he. And you want to be accepted just for yourself. So does he. We all want the same things, but it takes love to accept each other as brothers. And love comes from God. Send for the free booklet, The Turning Point. Write to Religion in American Life.
What does it mean to awake in the morning and find that there's nothing to do? And what does it mean to be searching for something new? And what does it mean when you're...
What did you drop into when you dropped out of school? No job? No job skill? No money? If you're between 16 and 22, Job Corps can give you a chance. A chance to learn a skill, a chance to get a job, a chance to stop running, a chance to make some money, a chance to be somebody. Give yourself a chance. Call your local state employment office or write Job Corps, Washington, D.C. 20506.
You're lucky to find this apartment. Only 4 flights up. You don't get all that street noise, you know what I mean? The last lady lived here didn't take too good care of the place. Nice sized bedroom. She had 3 beds in here. In here's your kitchen. Got windows, a refrigerator, good oven. Comes in handy when the weather turns cold. And here's your bathroom. A little 15-cent wash will fix that up. You can get it in the hardware store. Well, that's it. Lots of people waiting to grab it, so I gotta know now. You want it or not?
I'll take it. Almost half of all non-whites are forced to live in substandard housing. You can help them through the New York Urban Coalition. Give jobs, give money, give a damn.
You don't have to be a Negro to know it's a tough world without an education. You can change that. Do something instead of just talk. Send a contribution to the United Negro College Fund. It's a tough world, and it's always changing. Years ago, the lessons you learned on the street were enough. But now you've got to get your smarts in a classroom, or you're lost. But getting to college isn't easy, even if you're white. And if you're a Negro, it's downright brutal. There's some help. United Negro College Fund helps support 33 independent Negro colleges. But they can't go it alone. If you'd like to do something instead of just talk, send a contribution to the United Negro College Fund. You don't have to be a Negro to know it's a tough world without an education.
No, the reason why I picked some of these ads that you just saw, some of those ads came from 1968, and I found them particularly fascinating because, those ads that I put together, that I pieced together, um, I kind of saw a recurring theme through each one of those ads. And what's fascinating is 1968 really seemed like a very, very tumultuous time. And one of the things that I seen that was a recurring theme was just urban blight. Everything you see in those ads is kind of like how the country was turning towards figuring out how to solve the issue of urban blight. And you have this focus around inner city kids, inner city teenagers. And all of this is happening in the backdrop of Vietnam. And, I kind of saw something in there that kind of was very relevant to today's issues of high school dropouts, issues of joblessness. And then as it goes on, there's another section of ads that focus on the drug issue. There are a couple of ads from, pre-crack era that I noticed that it just focuses like people don't understand that public service announcements back then, they got free ad space on television. And long as it was for a personal cause, back then television was required to run those ads on top of the popular consumer ads. So in 68 and 67, you started seeing anti-smoking ads. A lot of advertising agencies used to do cigarette ads, and then they stopped doing cigarette ads, and then they start pushing anti-smoking ads by the National Cancer Association. So that started around 68, 70. So I think 68, 71. And then you have the national clearinghouse that focuses on drugs. This is kind of like pre Just Say No. So a lot of the ads during that time period focused on the urban issue at a time when nobody was really talking about urban blight like that, not even the news. But then after the 67 riots, then it became a thing where they had to address the urban issue, or it might start coming at their doorstep. Most people had to work in the city, but most people didn't live in the city at that time after the riots. So then they had to deal with this whole thing with the benign neglect, but they couldn't completely ignore the problem. But they had to create social programs focused and aimed at dealing with the problem. And then the problem went from urban blight during the late 60's to now it's an issue of drugs. So then you had the war on drugs issue, which comes under National Clearinghouse. And I'm going to show you a couple of those ads to see the transition from 68 to 70 and 71. So we're going to check that out right now.
They say people addicted to heroin have a monkey on their back. Isn't that cute?
Come on.
What's
try
the matter,
it. Do it.
Go ahead.
Why not?
When they ask you why you won't mess around with drugs, ask them.
Why do you think they call it dope?
So when we seen the two anti-drug videos that I just showed you from the National Clearinghouse, that was from 1971. I really wanted to go back to the United Negro College Fund ads. Those were one of my favorite ones. I remember seeing them, the older ads, when I was about 21. And you don't see a lot of United Negro College Fund ads like you used to. And those particular ads, the one where the guy is sitting in a chair and withering away, I thought that was very symbolic ad for a lot of reasons, because that particular commercial showed how when one does not get an education, it's like that person's options start withering away and their life becomes wasteful. So I thought that was a very impactful ad. It was powerful for its time. I don't know about today, but that one was one of my favorite United Negro College Fund ads. The second one, which I'm about to show you, the second United Negro College Fund ad that came out in 1972 with Ruby Dee's voice in the background with the chains breaking, that was also another great one, because that one, it kind of conveyed that education was the symbol of breaking the chains of slavery. So then you see the close up on the chains, and the chains, the iron gets brittle and it starts breaking apart to show that the knowledge one obtains is a liken to the breaking the chains of slavery. I always felt like that ad was powerful for its time. And I want to show you that one right now.
There are people born every day who could make peace, cure disease, create art, abolish injustice, end hunger. But if they don't get an education, they may never get the chance. A mind is a terrible thing to waste. Send a check to the United Negro College Fund, 55 East 52nd Street, New York, New York.
Because our society is only as strong as all its individuals, the United Negro College Fund has helped educate thousands of doctors and researchers, but we need more. Thousands of architects and engineers, but we need more. Thousands of teachers and biologists, but we need more. And when disease, injustice, pollution, poverty, and countless other problems threaten to pull us apart, we had better educate every single person who has the potential to solve our problems. And to educate more people, we need more of your help. Give to the United Negro College Fund. With so much at stake, a mind is a terrible thing to waste.
Make sure you stay tuned for video 2 of this discussion, because the next couple of ads that I'm going to show you, we're going to talk about the 80s and how important the 80s was. But these particular ads that I'm going to show in the next video is going to talk about the AIDS epidemic, but a particular angle of the AIDS epidemic in terms of intravenous drug use. So stay tuned. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe to Media Talks TV. I'm Tony J. I'm out.